CeeDee Lamb says he spends $1.3 million on his body to play every year. He said he spends about $50K every other week on recovery, which includes ice baths, cold therapy, hot tubs, and etc. So, Mike, especially from you being an athlete, do you think that there should be a limit on what's spent on the body, or do you feel like that's a priceless thing that's like, it doesn't matter?
That's your greatest asset. You know what I mean? That's your greatest asset for this game anyway. So absolutely. You need to do everything you can, especially with the numbers you're pulling in now, to play as long as you can. I'm okay with that. I just think that, they need to, maybe check some of these numbers the Negroes giving them on these charges of the whole training. Like, we got on Diddy about his baby oil. I don't know that ice costs that much. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole nother number. But yeah. And you think about it. You're making $35, $40 million a year, spending $1 million. That's possible, especially when they're charging you for what they know you're making instead of really what it should be charged. I can believe that.
Yeah, and then Cam, what's your opinion on this? Just the amount being spent.
Yeah, I think it's a drop in the bucket compared to what they're getting. You know what I'm saying? We talk about, even LeBron said when he had did his interview, I think it was on Pat McAfee. He said it was rumors when they said he spent $2-3 million on his body. But I'm pretty sure for him to be playing this long, he's spending something.
He's spending something
on his body. I would say the only tragedy in CeeDee Lamb's case is that he's not a top 5 receiver and he's doing all this. And I don't know why he's spending so much. Whatever, Mike. Whatever. Spend all this money, you're not top 5 receiver.
Now we're gonna go that. We're gonna go that route. CD has been top 3. You're right. He's not top 5, 6. He's top 3.
Mike,
he's top 3, 4.
You want me to read you the top 3?
In his numbers.
If you want me to read it to you, I'm talking about receiving. I'll read you the top 3. He's not top 3 right now. I got it right here because I knew you would debate me on this. So.
Well, wait a minute. There are categories that I can pull out where CD is.
It says 3, NFL player receiving top receivers 2025. He's not in the top 5. So then if you want to go to receiving stats, I have all the stats laid out. So you're spending that much money and they're not top 5, it just looks bad. Drake London. You got to announce a Cowboy that's top 5. Pickens is there. I don't know because CD missed the games possibly. Jamar Chase is number 2. Puka Nuka is up there. Nakua. So to spend that much money and not be top 5, that's really a tragedy. To me, CeeDee Lamb's best highlight ever is when he was getting drafted by the Cowboys and his girlfriend tried to take his phone and he snatched it back. That's your best highlight of your whole career. I said that's one of my niggas right there. I like that. His girlfriend tried to take his phone, he snatched it right back. He doesn't have a highlight better than that one. So keep spending the money and hopefully you'll be a top 3 receiver soon.
That was his greatest catch. I'm just putting words on what he said. I didn't say that. I just
You know what I'm talking about, though. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Man.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to her?
I don't know.
That's what happened when you get caught reaching too early.
Literally.
You get reaching too early, man. That's what happens, man.
That's funny, man.
Get your arm cut off, man.
That's funny.
Literally. Well, shout out to CeeDee Lamb, and wherever that girl is, shout out to her as well. So moving along.
But we can all agree, though, y'all, that some of these numbers you get back, like, all right, how much you charge for that ice? I can find somebody to bring me some ice for less number than that.
Absolutely. But I agree with you, Mike. The money's, on a serious note, the money that they're getting is, let's think, if you, what do you say, you're getting $40 million a year, $35 million a year?
Yeah, 40.
$40 million a year. If you do taxes, it's $20 million, a little over $20 million a year. And then if you're spending $1.5 million, it's not even 5% of what you make. So for the most important asset to keep you on the field, I'm not mad at spending 5% to keep you on the field and play as long as you can.
Yeah. Well, when y'all put it that way, it sounds more sensible. But from the outside looking in, it just sounds like, how are you spending that much? But at the same time, your body is the investment. So anybody in any of their crafts should be making an investment into what they're doing, especially if they're doing it every single day. So, but to
do a
Cam's
forensic
point,
audit. You do a forensic audit over there, really go through something. Sure, there's a lot of ice you can cut out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you just
Absolutely.
go through there, how many of my boys.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day,
what's the question again?
yeah. So how do you feel about athletes voicing their opinions off the court if that's really how they feel? Because the organization told them like, hey, maybe don't talk about that.
I think the bigger your brand is, the more damaging the statements you say can be taken. I think when people are not really checking for you, then you can go and say anything because you're not on a radar like that. But when you have these big corporate sponsors, big deals, you're on TV for telephones and Hallmark and just all kind of mainstream brands, then you definitely got to watch what you're saying. And I think because one thing you say could just ruin everything. So you definitely got to watch out for that, I think.
Yeah, I agree with Mase on that situation. And that's why I think this shit isn't even news. The Nets won 2 games this season. They 2-12. Gives a fuck. Talk about the hoes. Talk about games. It's not going to change the outcome. That's the type of shit that the front office and ownership would be like, yo, this is why we not winning. That ain't why y'all niggas ain't winning. Y'all ain't winning because y'all ain't shit. So they looking for reasons to be like, well, shit like this could be damaging to... No, nobody cares about the Nets, my nigga. The Nets, and I'm not being disrespectful because they know it was injuries, it was COVID, it was a lot of COVID, there was a lot of shit going on. You had Kyrie on the Nets, you had KD on the Nets, you had James Harden on the Nets. You had some decent players on the Nets as a franchise is not a good franchise, yo. They haven't been in a long time since Jason Kidd and Kerry Kittles and Van Horn, all these niggas play, and they didn't win. There's better in Jersey. Should have stayed in Jersey. This is shit they use for an excuse to be like, but this is why we 2-12. I would tell niggas, they cut my check, so I wouldn't agree with them, but in my brain, I would have been like, don't try and blame me because we 2-12. No, it's not my fault. You know what I'm supposed to do.
That is that. I would love to just discuss one of the comments that he made because I'm curious on you guys' opinion before we move on to our last topic. So one of them he said is, everybody has different vices. Everybody has different things that they struggle with. That can go with people who struggle from alcohol, people that struggle with drugs. For example, my brother struggled with gambling. If you guys remember the John Tay Porter case that had happened. He said, my vices always come in the form of women. So after hearing what he had to say, and Mike, gonna let you go first, do you think that that's like, I guess you would say the top problem with most people in the entertainment space and athletes?
Excuse me, I can't hear you. I must have lost you. Hello. No, I'm just messing around, Stan.
You got me. That's why you got them acting skills.
I was trying to avoid that question, is what I was trying to say. To be honest with you, I'm just joking, but listen. Yeah. That has a lot to do with a lot of it, and let's look at how it goes too, because we look at athletes and everything, okay, like gladiators, and you're making money, everything. You got, you're in shape, so yeah, you're going to get more opportunities, and yeah, so if you're saying, do you think that's the number one issue or the number one concern? I don't necessarily call women a vice, that you got to go up against. I could affirm that. I could say that. Yes, I believe that women would be one.
Killer?
I don't understand the question, or not the question. I don't understand the statement. Could you read it? I understand you said. Read it one more time just so I'm clear on his statement.
He said, so everybody has different vices. Everybody has different things that they struggle with. That can go with people who struggle from alcohol, people that struggle with drugs. For example, my brother struggled with gambling. My vice has always come in the form of women.
What does he mean my advice comes in the form of
vices?
Vices.
One of his vices. Oh, I just said advice. One of his vices. I understand what. I just misunderstood how Stat said it. Right. One of his vices is in the form of women.
Right.
You can't control your hoes. That ain't our problem. Listen, man. These niggas everybody got motherfucking vices with women. Like, yo, my nigga, what are you talking about? You ain't Chris Brown, nigga. Yo, nigga, act like you ain't no sex symbol, nigga. You a light-skinned nigga with money. And if you letting them niggas them bitches take advantage of you, that's on you. What the fuck you mean your vices? That's the nigga writing your staff. Don't get me wrong, this the nigga who's paying his ex-girl rent when he wasn't with us, some shit like that?
Yes.
Yeah, that nigga was wildin'. He was wildin'.
What he trying to say is he be tricking. That's what he's saying. He be like, yo, man, I gotta stop tricking. That's all this. That's just a translation of what he said. Yo, I be spending too much money on these hoes, man. I gotta stop. That's what I get from it. Hey, man, if you got it to spend, some people say it ain't tricking if you got it. Have fun, nigga. Make sure you got something when it's all over. That's all I can tell them, nigga.
Not even mad at that. I mean, it's valid. I just feel like when we talk about these conversations, a lot of these, I don't want to say like this is the problem, but like this is kind of what it always stirs back to. So I'm just like, is anybody getting some help? Is anybody getting some advice? I know it's life and we got to go through the journey of life and figure things out, but damn, like, I don't know. People out here struggling.
All you got to do is come to me for advice for shit like that. Hey, yo, Cam, I'm having a problem with these hoes. What's the problem? I got an answer for all that, nigga. I tell you exactly what to do, man. Ain't no problem. I tell you how to fix that shit quick, fast, and in a hurry, man. Niggas be inventing their own problems. That's what I think. Sometimes, yo, I can't like murder. And I know you're not in this world anymore. And I know, Mike, you want to stay away from this topic. But I'm just asking, right? When you hear a statement like this, and it's Michael Porter Jr., and he be like, my vice, one of my vices is the woman in the form of women. What do you get out of that from when he says that?
Yeah, does that make it easier? You're going to have more problems now that you said that publicly. They're like, word, he makes $72 million. He got a vice for women. He going to be at the club tonight.
Yeah, what I'm saying is this. You got to think about your stat real quick. Yeah. How old is he?
I'll check that.
He's probably about 27, 28?
27.
Okay, murder. What would a 21-year-old murder have told the nigga?
I don't know where they got that. It ain't tricking if you got it from. What happened to getting it on the arm? I didn't know you had to do all of this. I was just trained different. I had different role models, man.
Very different, yeah. Right.
Iceberg, you know what I'm saying? Dolomite, Snoop Dogg, Too Short, Bishop Don Juan.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Maybe that's how I'll start rephrasing my questions to you, man. I need the answer from a 21-year-old man.
Vice.
Yeah, Vice. Miami Vice, man. That's the only Vice we know, man.
Oh, shit, yeah. I think I gotta start rephrasing some of these questions from a younger Mase perspective, man.
Yeah, that's how y'all get the answers.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is good luck to him because I don't know at this point. And then,
yeah, you just can't lead with your pocket, man. Your mother's supposed to tell you that, you know, and your father. Not saying he don't have good parents, but you know, somebody's supposed to tell you you can't lead with your pocket.
Yeah, but that's why. Go ahead, Cam.
Sorry, and then, you know, as much as we say shit about this particular situation, what I'm about to say, this is the example, pardon me, examples just like this is the reason why Jayden Daniels' mother is holding his hand everywhere he fucking go. for shit just like this. And this will be a new example. I'd be like, this is exactly why I'm up my son's ass for a nigga who keep tricking on these bitches and got vices. My son won't have a female vice. That's what he won't have. More ammo for her. Go, Mominger.
Go Mama Daniels. Shout out Mama Daniels. No, last thing I want to say before we wrap, I just think, like, I love these questions too, because I think a lot of people have these questions, but probably feel like, oh, people can't relate or like this situation. But it's like, I know you guys have, been through things in your life. You guys can give a special perspective and then honest advice too, because a lot of people have people in their corner just telling them what they want to hear, but y'all keep it straight up. And I think that that's more of what people need. So that's why I like these discussions and conversations, in addition to the takes too, because it's like, this is real life and this is what people are going to. And a lot of people, as you can see, don't know what to do or don't know how to handle it. And this is why, I mean, when I say this is not disrespecting him, but he's going on these podcasts and talking about it because he's like, dang, this is what I'm going through. Whole time you're like, this is fixable. We have a solution. This is that consultation y'all be talking about throughout the year when we talk about these things, because there is a solution to it all. So like I said, shout out to him. Hope he figures it out, because already the Nets are not even in a good boat right now to begin with anyways. So hopefully they figure it out.
Listen, man, if I'm the parents, I'm highly disappointed. And one son can't stop gambling, one son can't stop tricking. What did we do wrong?
Hey man, same man. I don't know about that one, but that is.
You don't know. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, man.
Niggas keep trying to discredit my facts. The nigga might be.
Go ahead, Killer.
Sorry, Mason. His brother might be going to jail.
Yeah.
He didn't even play no games in the NBA. Started gambling his first day on the job. He might be going to jail. And now this nigga's talking about tricking. What you mean you don't know about it? See, niggas get mad at me because I just be repeating what I heard.
Yeah.
And then when I say it in a real way that niggas can understand it, I don't know about that. Yes, you do. You know about it, Stat. You told me about it. That's why I'm giving you my opinion. Go ahead, Murder.
Yeah, he could be investing his money into his body like LeBron instead of investing it into women. And the guy could be taking a risk on getting a steal instead of taking a risk on gambling. It's just focus.
Focus and what you decide to focus on.
Yeah, you could take that same energy and that same passion and redirect it and end up a great. Instead of spending your money on chicks, spend your money on your body like LeBron. Instead of going for a gamble on a table, go for the gamble on a steal. Maybe you'll be a better defender and you'll still be in the league. Just focus.
And then not only that, yeah, Murder, that's a great point. Maybe you would still be in Denver and maybe they would still have another championship besides the one you had. More bitches probably flocked on you after the championship. Shit got quiet after that. You know how that shit go. Chicks like to be around winners, man. Denver like, nah, we ain't. What you mean you need extra tickets for your main joint, your side joint, your other joint? Go ahead, Mike, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, he's right, but you're right. You got to focus on the money. You always have honey. If you focus always on the honey, lose the money, that honey you got gonna leave. You see what I'm saying? So,
there you go, Stat. You got every generation of advice. If you focus on the money,
they gonna bring the honey.
You
always had a honey. You said you had something to ask me?
I do, yes. So I saw recently a clip of you saying that you asked your girl if she was serious about marriage, or said if she was serious about marriage, that she had to buy the ring. Now, my question for you is, the ring that she bought, was that the actual ring that you ended up using to propose, or was that symbolic? Like, all right, she bought the ring, but now I'm about to really do my thing. Like, did you just want to see her do it, or was that the actual ring that she got on her finger?
Which one do you think? You spend some time around us. Which one do you think? Do you think he did it to make the cash her out, or did you think he did it?
Okay, so knowing what I know about you over this last year and some change, that is the exact ring that was used in that proposal.
What's better than the one that she'd invest in? You know, one thing I learned about women is that they honor their sacrifice a little bit higher than your sacrifice. Guys, you got to know this. And I see Stat making these faces. Put the camera on Stat. Stat, let me ask you something. And Killer is listening in, so I know he's gonna chime in on this. If you paid the rent for the last 6 months, or he paid the rent for the last 6 months, which one means more to you?
I mean, well, back. Because I'm like, you're asking about the ring and then you're asking about rent, which are two very, very, very different things.
I knew you couldn't answer the question.
No, I can't answer it because I can value a man's sacrifices, especially a busy man, because that's important to me too.
Do you value his sacrifice over yours?
All monetary sacrifices to me are important sacrifices, especially if that's your money that you're making.
Okay, so if do you value what hits your heart more, that you had to spend $10,000 on him some Jordans, or him spending $10,000 on your shoes? Which one would you like it to be?
I mean, both are gonna hit my heart in different ways.
I know, but which one would you like it to be? Which scenario is more likely for you? You paid 6 months of the rent, or him paying 6 months?
I'm naturally a giver, but I'm also gonna want things in return too. So it goes both ways. But I am though, because if you
Arabia, Saudi,
Saudi is crazy.
Saudi. That's what I'm gonna start saying when it's time for you to turn up. Which one is pressing on your heart more? That you had to spend $10,000 on him some Jordans, or he spent $10,000 on you some shoes?
All right, so here's what I think. I think in society, men in general are taught to suppress how they feel. A woman might be more vocal about, I did this for you, and I sacrificed this, and I gave up this, and I helped you do this, da-da-da. But a man might be more likely to just charge it to the game and just keep it moving. Like maybe a woman's just more vocal about it, but the men, they're both making the same sacrifices. So to me, I'm the type of person, I don't like people holding stuff over my head, like being like, oh, remember when I did this? So I would rather give to you than you give to me, because I don't want you to bring it up later when you're trying to be in an argument. But, you know, that's just what I think, Dr. Betha.
So you'll let them spend, you'll pay the rent for 6 months and just feel like you did it for your baby.
I'll put it like this. I've never, outside of like my son's father, who obviously is a different situation, I've never had a man spend more on me. I've never had a man spend more on me in our relationship than I spend on him in our relationship. I've always been the money spender. I've never, ever had a man who really outdid me in that regard. So that would be a new one for me. Again, outside of my son's father, because we have a child, but I've never been.
Put the camera on Stat. Put the camera on Stat.
I mean, that hasn't happened to me. but that's just me.
Oh my goodness.
That's just me.
I can't make this up. I can't make it up.
I haven't been in the situation where I have spent more. Not saying that I wouldn't, but I haven't. Because the thing about it, at the end of the day, if I really, really, really need something, I'm going to ask my dad. And my dad's going to give it to me. That's just that. Like, that's my situation, though. So, but I don't think that means that a man has to spend a certain monetary amount for me to be satisfied. It was never giving that. So, that's just what I think.
Okay.